And I'm trying to see if there's anything special the teams are cooking up. Doesn't look like it too much.
Not yet.
Just a typical A hit with an early push-up from Cloud.
Yeah, Cloud moving in a little bit closer at the start. Rhyme obviously greeting them first, but Cloud with a first shot gets walled in by his own teammate. Not too comfortable, has to hide it out, maybe in obscurement or where someone could not be.
Still have to get past this Viper wall, and there's two players playing right on that. Cloud's in front of his own Sage. Absolutely nuts. The push comes through. I love the timing out of Rhyme. Giants are looking unstoppable on the A site.
Cloud was alive for way too long there. And, how much skill he can bring to the table. He's an excellent player, and I hope he gets to illustrate that today.
Chance to have a breakout year. Rhyme, though, throws the early slorb. Now it's just going to creep up with Cloud. It's a couple of aggressive rounds on this A site between Rhyme and Cloud, and Rhyme is just taking heads.
Why have a Vandal when you can just tap people down with a Bulldog? Just yapping at you.
Yeah. I mean, this is legit, though. Like, I love seeing rifles, seeing Bulldogs in round 2, because the Bulldog gives you such a chance to fight at range in round 3, because you try and sporting 4 of them, actually.
Especially on long-distance maps like Icebox, right? You ADS, and it's just that much more accurate. You can just line up a couple of shots one after the other, and that's basically as if you were having a Phantom in your hand.
Yeah. Really nasty.
Especially against half shields.
Yeah, the problem now is, too, like, Zipan down to 38 health. And Giants are calling the rotations over. So they're going to have 4 players to fight very aggressively. There's no Sage while alive. So the plant now becomes very difficult. You're going to have to take a fight before you have a chance to drop the spike down. And with time ticking, too, like, Cloud could potentially early rotate over from A as well.
This is slowing Navi's attempt quite a bit. I mean, we're down to 30 seconds already. Angel waltzing forwards. Have a look at that. Gets one, Fitinho does spot him over. And does trade the favor, but still, Fitinho holding it back. Highlight him all day.
I think a lot of teams will still approach A main on the ground. You can see just a Cypher camera to contest the early aggression. It's a similar way of solving things to that Sova dart, but doesn't end up clearing away pipes.
Fast forward 20 seconds into the round already. We saw some early presence from CNET in the mid. Didn't cover anybody up close, therefore he drops back, no pick. Navi now heading towards the left-hand side pivot where Hoodie is holding. Alone, actually. If he gets picked off, the B site is theirs.
Hoodie's a little bit concerned about some mid-aggression.
Yeah, he might have heard actually a drop there. I believe a footstep has been audible.
Yeah, download this off angle, though. So many players will hold that when they are playing back yellow, but you can just wrap around if you have the awareness for it.
Oh, they might be able to pinch him into yellow. Cena doesn't that dropping, tries to draw out a Snakebite, but not in time. Deleted, Snakebite. Obviously won't be dropped, but the Hunter's Fury will try and deny the spike plant. Won't be happening. We're looking at a 4-on-4 here. Navi setting up for the post plant. Resurrection coming through, and they've got all 5 alive for this setup.
Rhyme does have wall up for the retake, so that is an option. The attacking wall is really awkward. It's going to be hard to reclaim space on that side out in the open. And with 3 players fighting deep back towards Snowman, there's no fights actually being afforded to them right now.
Fitinho actually has an operator in his hand, but he's drawed out the blades. He's going to go super aggro on this one, and they're relying on him to pick up all the kills. Doesn't quite get the first one. Cloud trying to bring it all back. Oh, but they're trying to defuse it. Shells on the cake. Time to get a little bit competitive in here, right? Time to get some more action from both teams. Navi, of course, finding some confidence. They can start performing as well. Spread out, familiar to what we saw the first 3 rounds. No B presence instead. It's left with a Cypher Cam, Tripwire, also to hold out any sort of lurk that can happen from Giants.
Interesting that Nuke pulled back the alarm bot there. I'm not sure if he thought it was spotted out or he wanted to try and make the sound, pretend like it's there, then pull it away to place it somewhere later on. But yeah, he's just going to put it in that same exact position. Didn't want to, I actually don't think he wanted to allow Navi to play to early break it. Placing it later in the round actually gives him far more value. It's a clever little move from him.
They throw in the dagger, but then they freeze. 2 players now try to enter to kitchen from Navi, but they drop back as well. This is putting question marks into Giants right now. They know they've been pushed, but also they don't know how far Navi have pulled back and where they're committing to.
With 40 seconds, though, you see the wall go down. It lasts 40 seconds, so that one is going to be up for the entirety. The patience on Rhyme, perfect.
Wall drop, CNED, high ground. Rhyme up close to the wall. Who will be spotting out who first? CNED, elevated, delivering first, but now Navi starts moving through. Giants don't have all players here. Cloud's going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting if he wants to keep his team alive in this one. Can't stop the defusal. Wall in front of it. Cloud delivering onto Angel, but still Navi have got what they wanted, and they've dropped back exactly what they needed.
Hoodie big on the flank now. When the Cypher went down, I don't think any of the util was broken, so they may not be aware that the flank is inbound.
So Yetsu is definitely looking that direction, and so is Zipan. Quick to react to it. Nukia trying to push forwards. That's one. but they've got way more kills that they need. It's 2 against 4. Make it 3, actually.
Oh,
not impossible.
Vitinho, the knives will be coming back for him now. So there's an option, but I think they're just going to end up saving the rifle.
Yeah, Navi's playing way
The
to
null
save.
command was perfect there on Zipman because retaking the site as the Jet, not very doable with the operator, and removing the knives as an option. Well, that could be something they look into a little bit later, but early float up with the Jet.
Get out of my way.
First operator for Vitinho, I think. Could be.
Angel is very well aware. So that's your discount Sova Dart right there. Also recharges off of a cooldown. You can't really line it up, unfortunately. It would be kind of funny if you could throw it off the walls and then it would just like stick to it. You know, it had an adhesive on the back, something like that, but Cypher's not high tech enough for that.
Turret out.
He'll get there.
Turret down.
But of course, Navi now entering now this B site. 2 defenders, of course, Rhyme close proximity to help out as well. CNED pushing forwards now, together with his team. Not greedy to buy anything, just utility, trying to delay it. It's a stall-out tactic from Giants.
Positioning Sugetsu is going to be big here. Up inside tube. If Nuke ever dies, that alarm bot goes down and all of a sudden, instantly, a pincer in the back. So critical that Nuke doesn't end up falling.
They're backing out.
But that's all right. Again, because they've gotten Sugetsu so far forward, really, they can just try to play. Now Sugetsu's positioning. He will hear every single rotate off of the B site. Actually, just goes for the fight. What is that?
Man's disgusting. And Navi now enter the A site. Of course, it's going to be completely open, and they haven't dealt with Suigetsu yet, which does cause caution for Giants. Even Angel onto the site left. He's going to be a perfect person to flank.
There are lurks absolutely everywhere. I think Angel's positioning, he might even be too far away, so he's not going to commit to the flank. He's going to rotate back through spawn while Suigetsu continues to be a nuisance up mid.
Giants are feeling like they're in Big Brother right now. There's people watching them left and right, behind them, on top of them. They don't know where to look. Surely uncomfortable to be in. And Navi, again, you know, advantage, drop back, spike touched. Snake bite is there. They've got so much utility to stop this from happening. Cloud delivering with the first kill.
Sugetsu coming up Raptors now.
Is he going to come in time? Yeah, it's not stuck with. He's got plenty of time to just rotate over, but they can't lose all of his teammates' lives. Suigetsu, optimal position. Just stay quiet. Nobody's looking towards him. And that's where he can spray upon them. Spraying through. He's running out of health, and he's running out of teammates. He will be spraying through, but not stuck with Cloud. Classic in hand.
He got that first one. Then he's finding the second one, even though they know he's probably still in the area. Hold on, though, because again, this early aggression, I really like what Giants have figured out. And I don't know if this is necessarily how they're always going to play their defensive side icebox, but I think this is deliberately against a Sovalus comp. They're looking for a lot of those creeps forward, forcing Angel to use that camera early.
Slow it down. Navi, they do that quite a bit, don't they? Just slow down the pace again, trying to make sure Giants aren't pushing, like you said. Of course, without the Sova, no info. But they're cool with it.
Yeah, no, I generally really like this style of play, where it's more about seeing how far forward you can get a solo player to provide information, look for a good timing on the flank or on the lurk. But now it is just creeping through with 5 players. The late drone, though, again, Giants, their protocol is around 45 to 40 seconds, using that info utility or the Sage wall to try and scout out when the hit is coming in. And because Navi are playing rather slowly, it has been exactly on the mark a couple of times now.
30 seconds left.
Vitinho, oh, he spotted out Angel. He knows surely there must be someone closer, but Angel delivers Zipan as well on the front line, wanting some action. Cloud forced to drop back out of this. Navi, full control of it, right? Sight is there, Spike going down, and Giants, not much left to work with for this post-plant. Oh! And Cena just walks up and deletes Nuke's head.
Yeah, that's a quick save call right there. I think Giants got a little bit overambitious. They just had a couple seconds before the Viper wall went up, and they all tried to take a fight.
The thing is, Giants figured out it was going to be an A hit way too late, right? By the moment that Vitinho figured out that Angel was close by, the rest of Navi was right in front of him, was right at the bottom of this A site.
I actually think that was all right, though, because Giants had 3 players on the A site.
His former org, Navi. Even though it's a completely different lineup, not ex-teammates at that. Definitely an ex-organization, so maybe some extra feelings in for this one. Early pick from Cena, though. Vitinho's out. Talk about that duelist head-to-head. Well, we're already seeing it play out.
Navi saying, okay, yeah, we'll show you some early fights in A. That hasn't really been something Navi have gone for previously.
Pretty easy, looking in the right direction. He's going to peek through Angel. Oh, it's uncomfortable. Oh, and he just barely misses out on Angel.
No.
And Angel's just following through. Creep forwards, mate. The B site is yours.
They don't want to overextend, because if you go past yellow there and the wall drops, there's too many angles to actually fight. So all they can do is take yellow control, clear back yellow. But that's actually enough to bring the rest of the team over towards the B site.
Hoodie knows he's alone, which means he has to do some heavy lifting here, but he does drop. Giants fall further back. Na'Vi just chip away at this squad. And every single time they enter onto the site, every single time they're on the B, on any of these sites and the spike is down, they're ahead.
Oh, this is big, though. All of a sudden, 5v3 turns into 4 versus 4 as Giants commit 2 ultimates. Now, they also have the lockdown if they want to use that, and that's really powerful when trying to retake the B site. I think that's one of the reasons why Sugetsu is trying to fight forward there. He's trying to find some kind of a pick, give a chance. You can also see CNED going for this late reflank underneath mid. Navi are trying to fight before the ult hits them, but it's too late and they're losing.
It is. This has gone down very differently than what Na'Vi would have liked, but CNED is trying to draw things back in his favor. Zipan ends up dropping. CNED having to drop through that wall here, but there's just so many players around him. Na'Vi, quick onto this A site. Giants actually have a strong allocation of players nearby.
I like this a lot, right? CNED was successful with the opening pick last time around, and they also have the Sage ult, right? So that body is pretty far extended. They may need to use the Sage wall to res that one through, but as they trade out a couple of kills, all of a sudden much more doable, and Zipan falls all the way back behind Belt. It's exactly what Na'Vi wanted from the opening.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me that they just take these fights on the long distance. But of course, Na'Vi can afford to do that. Now, Giants know they're on the back foot, which is why you see Cloud taking a chance. Moves on forwards. Yes, he's not finding anyone, but that also gives him info, right? By the process of elimination, no one this close could illustrate that the focus of their opposition is towards the other side.
He's played in this spot over by Jail before, but I don't think he's ever been spotted by Na'Vi on their attack. It hasn't actually happened. So that would catch them off guard. Of course, Na'Vi moving over towards the B site. And one thing to note in the post plant here, Angel's been doing this for the last few rounds. He's holding on to both his tripwires. Again, very unreliable at guarding out the flanks, and he's been placing them in the late round after the spike goes down.
30 seconds.
Something Giants are going to have to be mindful of on the retake.
Yeah, Guardian not the best gun to shoot with through the smoke, but still, Spike will be going down.
Watch mid, though, because again, they have to be able to find a pinch to break that lockdown. Nuki is killing everyone, though.
Yeah, Nuki's able to find it as well, delivering the information for Cloud to jump in as well to help out, because he's going to appear behind Angel right now, trying to kill him up, but Angel is ready for it. Well, now that's a plot twist. Nuki, though, staying alive, and he's short it down to a duel. A one-on-one against Xiao. Holding out the angle, pushing forth, and it's...
Now CNED actually going into the operator on attack here, looking for an opening pick. Now this does make actually executing into the site a little bit more challenging later on. There are options to throw that back to a backliner and swap over to a rifle when you do end up committing into the site, but CNED currently just prowling for some early fights.
Yeah, so far the game hasn't been messy at all, has it? Sort of mostly being dictated from the first few engagements. Only rarely showing into clutch as CNED with the first blood. Coutinho sticks by, blade still in arms. He needs his pick and he picks it up to the smoke. Watching the shoulder, CNED ready for it. And now, Na'Vi take the opportunity. They're going to move into the site, get the spike down, but Giants going to take a while until Rhyme is able to rotate over.
It looks like Rhyme may end up trying to go for a flank. This tripwire, I do believe, is a diagonal tripwire that blocks off both entrances into B main. It is. And Rhyme's not going to deal with that. Instead, worried about that late mid reflank that's not coming through this time around.
And there's been so many lurks happening. He's got to be scared about what's going on, right? He's got to be scared about where they are, where they're hiding. But yeah, that's the round. They're going to have to drop back, save, and give Na'Vi this victory.
Yeah, fantastic openers there from CNED. Finding them with the operator and then using the verticality. I actually think one of the benefits, usually I'm a big disbeliever in using the operator on Jet on attack throughout the entire round. I do believe in maybe using it for some opening picks. But I think especially on that B site, because B site isn't a site with a lot of corners you have to clear once. Daily reminder, Berlin, that you guys are absolutely awesome. The fans have been so loud all these days, showing up for their teams and quick trades in mid. Keeps this round afloat, 4 versus 4. Now, Hoodie does have the ultimate. He can go into if he wants.
Ooh, Suiketsu. Going for a stroll. Fancies the weather. It's a bit chilly out, but sunny day. Hoodie Oh, reads it.
That's good awareness, right? The second your Killjoy drops in mid, you better believe someone on the attack is going to try to find an opportunity to lurk up. Now, Navi, they hear this drone. They know at least one player's here. This is going to give them info of the second. Do they go in? If they do, they have to go quickly. You can see Angel immediately trying to capitalize.
It's real risky, right? Sticking into that as well, pushing forwards. Whether the side is set up, it's going to be a tough choice.
Hoodie's very safe too. He actually ulted all the way up from on top of Raptor, so he can look down, get that first angle on his opponents. The fact the spike got planted at all is insane.
Giants moving together. They're going to have to play the numbers advantage here and play for the trades. That's their way in.
Already a tripwire placed on site. 2 trips that Angel's going to try to swing off Maze to play through.
They're thinking of pushing through this Viper bit further. They want to clear it forwards, but no, they're going to actually go for the fight. Angel spotted out through the smoke. Hoodie's going to spray through it. Jumps out of it as well. That's a triple kill for Hoodie, and it allows Xiao to be alone. But how are you going to stop him when there's a wall up against the spike? This is a done round where Giants will be able to square things up against.
Next one, I'll see who's actually taller between the two of us. But we get into the second half of Icebox here, and Giants, curious to see what new stuff they've been able to cook up for us today. After a pretty tough match here against Fnatic previously. Now, we didn't see a ton of full aggro commits onto site. And Giants are playing slowly to claim some space, but they're about to explode forward.
And that's the thing about Navi, right? When they're attacked, they're going to pace the game however they want, right? They're going to make the game as inhumanly uncomfortable as possible they can for their opponents. So now it's Giants' turn to try and set the tempo. But look, how far forward they're going to push forward onto the site. Navi already here. Cena the only one to find a kill for his team, while Giants are able to take over.
Xiao does have wall for the retake. He's put in good position, and Giants are playing fairly far back at the moment. No one entrenched deep backside or anything like this. They do have to get through. Cloud playing top site. He's only 50 HP, so he's going to get absolutely popped here.
Yeah, finds Sheriff, has to reload though. He's going to buy some time to get to. I don't think he spotted out the back of his opponent there. Xiao not able to hit his shot, so Getsu trying to pick up the pieces, but Xiao.
A main one player's holding the fort down mid. You can see similar ideas with them guarding, you know, a little bit more forward with that Killjoy turret near A. Coutinho having this angle in mid to see if there would be a late little peek around. And they love to leave players in B main. Again, this team loves to finish over near B, so I'm honestly a little surprised to see Brian bailing out of that area. Now, one thing the Cypher gives you is that late camera in B main will scout out the late walk-up, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Angel tag into that one every 15, 20 seconds or so, just to see what's up, just to see if back yellow is going to be a threat for them.
Giants looking to walk through. 1 minute mark and about to find contact. Navi pretty happy about defending this one. 3 players strong. Not too bad. Xiao, first contact. Coutinho end up falling. Cena, high ground. Cena, what a flick. Doubles up and now against 3. Giants looking to move in quickly. Not allow Navi to find teammate support. Cena having to drop back with nanoswarms, having to hop his way out of there. But it's fine because Zipan is there to help out. And everything going to plan for Navi.
30 seconds left.
The wall goes up, only 25 seconds left. Coutinho has to do something ridiculous here.
Last player standing.
Ooh. Not gonna happen.
Cena is just hitting his shots today.
Yeah. Oh man. Unless you're also swinging on the high angle there too, up on pipes. Always though, you have to keep on your guard versus CNED. And the A main walk-ups. Now, okay, so this is the setup. Angel did this last round too. Again, mid, Killjoy, it's very simple. On the Cypher, you have to place that tripwire a little bit later. Down tube, and then also right there in mid.
Passive cam as well on B, possibly to focus out on Giants.
Yeah, there's the early drone. It will end up being a B hit here, almost certainly. But I would love to see Giants have a round here early in the half where they actually walk up in mid and see what the Cypher setup is. Because if they see that, they can break it with utility, many things later on. You need to learn how the enemy Cypher is playing very quickly in a half. Otherwise, they're going to have permanent control down over mid.
The wall will be dropping. Nothing to stop the plant.
Spike planted.
Clean. No contact throughout that entire fight. You're probably wondering what fight.
Now, Angel, He still has the trips in mid, and Cloud is going to be able to late lurk through mid. It's very important he does not die early here. He has to be the last one to be taking fights.
This could be an explosive one. This could be a really quick one, and Cena is able to enter the fight very quickly, entering with a dash perhaps. Shao with a ward, trying to get onto the spike already, put pressure on them, spray through. They haven't been able to break it already, and it's being diffused halfway. Can they spray through it already? Cena pushing even further, but he's composed to not go too far. NAVI haven't lost their fights yet, and it's Giants under pressure. Giants need to push through. Giants need to interrupt the defuse, but they're able to do so. Nuki stays alive to get to his low. He can potentially deal with all of them. One bullet for Cena. There's all that is needed. And Nuki!
2 players being instantly taken down, and no one being in a position to really be able to trade him from under green.
It's as if that war gave them a false sense of security. They had full control. They were on the spike. They were on their way of diffusing it all. And all of a sudden, it became weaker. It became exposed. And that's when Nuki was able to just deliver, really.
Yeah. Hard even to say that it was a misplay or anything like that,
No.
because it's just one of those situations.
Cena's got his blades, and you gotta be scared of that one.
Oh no, and the spike out exposed. The Viper wall actually blocks off the spikes. There's a quick window. I think Cloud trying to grab that one very quickly before the wall goes down.
Cena wants more. Look, there are games where Cena feels it. And this game, he's feeling it. You can tell. You can tell with his movement, with his aim, it's crisp.
Important not to get too over-aggressive now. With big numbers, you don't want to give that away for free. Big ultimates on Giant side too. I don't think they're going to end up committing those, but if you find a kill, find a second, maybe there are options.
Exactly. They need to pick if they want to consider themselves in this round. And that's what they're going to go for. Cloud with one. Cena still alive. Cena! Give him the ace. No. Taken down by Hoodie. And actually he's going in. Yes, ultimate's not invested, but Hoodie's going to try and do it all with his gun, trying to ice it.
Sorry if you wasted those 2 extra years. That's brutal.
Deploying drone.
Oh no. Oh, we get the forward pipe salt this time. Instantly activating. That actually kills Angel. What? Just randomly snipes him off there. I think Angel had actually put a tripwire inside of the pit as well. Would have been a cool setup if your Cypher was alive.
And that's a really great advantage to the Giants, right? Because so far in the attack, they haven't really been getting these first picks.
Now, what would be amazing is if someone besides Cypher died, they could have maybe still had some control around mid. Shao could rotate over, potentially grab this orb on A and go for a res. Giants need to commit into the A site, because if they don't, that's a super easy res for Navi to snag.
Maybe foreseeing the future here, but with the lockdown, they may try and push towards the Viper split. Could be an obscurement in what they're actually trying to go to, as we see a lot of mid movement.
It's an A split!
It is. They're going to try and pincer the site players in. Ooh, Zipan didn't get...
This is forbidden technology.
Shut
This
down.
has never worked before.
That's a double. No, it's not quite there, but Cloud is there to finish off the job. Navi get shut down. Get collapsed, really. And Giants now will be entering onto double digits already. What a beautiful round by Giants.
Giants have done the impossible. I have literally never cast a game in which an A split on Icebox has ever succeeded. It is like the play that everyone's like, oh yeah, on paper it looks good, but you always die to CT there. But I actually love the theory using the lockdown, because A, I think a lot of players, instead of running backside, might actually run out screens there, and then they get shot right in the back with the good timing. It also pays off because there's no killjoy or...
Getting a pick on the attack. You're thinning out the resources of defense, right? If you get a pick, it means some sort of entry is open, and you have to spread out the resources that a defense have.
There's no worse person to lose at the start of a round than your Sentinel. The person giving you that permanent information to control up through mid. This is actually the full-on budget killjoy setup with the camera instead of turret in kitchen and the trip instead of alarm in mid. But honestly, the mid setup hasn't actually been punished. This is something that I thought maybe would have looked a little bit weaker, but seeing that under tube tripwire, I'm warming up a little bit more to the idea.
It wouldn't be too bad for Navi if Giants do crunch onto this B site after all. It's actually pretty optimal for them. The majority of their players are here. Fidinho on first contact together with a Cloudburst, just bursts out of it. Beautifully done. So Getsu now over. Of course, doesn't have any snake bites, nothing to stop from this plant from taking place. The Viper Spit going even further. Shao trying to spray through it. Slow trying to delay any sort of push, but he's done his job to delay it and allow for resources to come in.
All the spam coming on down there. Absolutely huge. And because they kill Sage, no wall destroys this round. He's going to get another spam kill.
Oh, he avoids it, narrowly avoids it, but Angel is there to stop it. It's so close. Nitpicking here, really. 8 seconds. Oh, it's uncomfortable for Tingu onto the side. Seen it. How did he get it?
Watch
so
Nuki,
close.
watch Nuki.
Nuki on the back line. delivering blows to the sides of heads, and now we're on a 2-on-2. It's a close endeavor. Spike within the Viper's pit. Seen it pushing even further forward. This man has no fear. And now it's Hoodie.
2 snake bites at the ready. Clock is ticking. And the shut-off doesn't work. He still has the util.
With 1 snake bite, he will reveal his position. Not sure if he wants to go for that. Seen it inside.
I think I heard a Turkish Jet fan in the audience. All right. Giants have been using these early drones. Used them over towards A a couple of times. Now over towards B. One thing with the Giants comp is it's pretty hard to fight for back B control. You saw in the last round, there's actually no util support. There's just Vitinho winning the fight. Now, Vitinho has the Jet op, which makes fighting back yellow even more punishing. Now, a lot of times you'll see Sage try to use those slorbs to hit back yellow. You can use snake bites, shock darts. You can use all that utility to try and clear it out, but last round at least, that was not the case for Giants. And if they play slowly, they're going to run into this setup where you have Sugetsu on the slide-off angle, ready to swing off of the tripwire.
He's been isolated here before. That's the dangerous part. I mean, he doesn't have anyone for direct reinforcement. Yes, Xiao is nearby. Yes, maybe Angel in the proximity, but not exactly the trade fight you would like. It's a bit of a risky position, which means that he needs to get at least one before he drops to have any value into this fight. Cena pushing forward. Vitinho actually does get eliminated by Sugetsu as he holds that ground. Vitinho loses his comfort. And now it's Navi on top, rotating over already. They know this is where he has to hand his hold, where he has to have his stand. Quadra for him, looks for the ace, unable to find it, but the job is already done.
Give the man one more bullet, it was his.
Where his teammate weren't ready to assist him with that.
It's one of those gamble plays that on the surface, like, okay, it's not terrible, but then after you lose the Jet, how do you then punish? Because it's not like after that point where you have 3 players in the open, you can then bust out your utility and throw it back there to clear. Now you're just walking into the crosshair.
And now he's dropped back to a Sheriff, right? He had the operator the previous round now. What are you going to do? The full stack in Navi with rifle galore.
Here.
Big mismatch, really, in their arsenal. Which begs the difference, right? It begs the question, how do Giants come back? They've had the lead so far. They were squaring round for round. But now, finally, Navi are on top. They haven't really been there for a while. And they're actually 2 rounds from closing it out. So this is the worst moment for Giants to lose that advantage.
Remember when I told you Giants always finish B? Here it is again. Sort of test the water outside A, instantly over here. But this is where I think the Cypher camera actually gives so much value to spot these late B hits. Hasn't actually caused too many rotations to come over. I don't know how many players it saw when it was tapped into. Here comes the cavalry, though.
Oh, it's uncomfortable. Cloud gets picked off.
30 seconds
I mean,
left.
how lucky are Giants, though, that the Sage is not the one that dropped.
Yeah.
Prime getting that off gives them a chance.
And with the res, they believe in this round. They definitely do. Spray down towards Cloud's position. It's able to stop him from being resurrected, giving him an extra death onto his score. But still, Navi looking to peek on forward. It's actually going to be a very aggressive attempt to take over yellow.
They're so deep.
They're really trying to push Giants into a corner here. Squash them in, make them feel uncomfortable. It's being defused and the wall hasn't even been broken. Defusal!
Positions to trade off one another, just leaving Vitinho to his own devices back yellow. And Giants aren't going to want to mess with B again. Nuki does have the ultimate this time around. Take flight. Previously, they used that one to split their way into A. I don't think the opportunity is going to be there. Not all the pieces of the puzzle coming together for them on that, but they can just drop that one back pipes and get into the site. But you can see Navi have the read. They can play back rafters, maybe look for a late swing there. As you can see, there's a lot of room back site, and you can pop this Viper Pit and hold on to it. Actually, I think you have to go all the way to the other side of rafters, or you risk losing it entirely.
The thing is, Sugetsu could just walk for a second out of sight of his Viper's Pit and just walk back into it to make sure it's still there.
There it is.
Giants making a really difficult decision trying to move into it when the Viper's Pit is already into the site, covering all edges. Cloud delivering, keeping Giants on top, on the game, still in contention. Rhyme close to the spike. They're not going to play too far back from this. They need to play on the site. Pushing forwards, Navi not relenting. Zipan and CNED winning on their trades. That's what they need. Giants eager to find a pickup, and Vitinho, high ground delivery, having a good read of the area. Now Rez coming forwards, Navi is well pressured. Nuki and Rhyme pushing further, 2-on-2. It's close, but Sugetsu wants his team to be on top. CNED pushing in, but he's alone. Solo endeavor. Operator, drop for a Vandal. Better weapon for the situation.
What?
Rhyme deleted, and now it's up to get Nuki. Suigetsu, he's so low, being diffused. Nuki has to push it. Shorty and out, but Suigetsu not getting it though. Still, one-on-one, running out of time. Nuki has done it. The round goes to Giants!
Looking to be main.
Yeah, we might be looking actually 2 blades being enabled from both sides.
Here.
That's what it is. If they want to time a B main hit with Vitinho going on the double updraft, they could really punish the forward positioning. Navi could potentially be in. As I say that though, Zipan's actually backing away, so that won't be the option for them.
Giants looking to move now towards this B site. Suigetsu there to greet them, as always.
In the post plant too, Cloud will have the Hunter's Fury. No one else with an ultimate really to play off of.
He's let a couple pass, obviously. Not able to see due to the toxic screen.
Suigetsu hasn't fought very forward on yellow. He's played that off angle more often than not, so I actually like him throwing some variation into that, looking for the peak, playing fully on the left-hand side there.
Due to the 2-1-2 setup, as you said, of course, 2 to the dedication
Oh,
of the defense. We're going to be looking at a retake here from Navi, possibly trying to trade through Suigetsu. That's his job, this one. Drop back, find the info, make sure you buy as much time for your team to arrive to have a favorable matchup in the end.
Some util spent back sight, no shocks or anything, just the slow, but no one's actually there. Navi gonna play to skull. 25 seconds, look at all the util to stop this one.
They didn't quite time it right. They got into it together with the fragment and the snakebite, but the Hunter Story is there to deliver still. 2 for 2 traded, pushing even further. Look how far Vitinho is pushed in. He's got the blades out. Still 3-on-3. The spike isn't down yet, and it's Vitinho that holds it. He wants to frag, but he's got to get his duty down. Put that spike on the floor.
CNED has the operator going double updraft, cut out of the sky from Cloud.
Plane goes down, Cloud shoots it. And now Angel and Xiao on the case. It's their chance to close it out here. Else will be going to overtime. And that's where the pressure mounts. Wall dropping in. Angel on the far angle. Xiao alone. Blades out in front of him. Vitinho right click. They've been so equal. 6-6 at the first half. 6-6 on the second half. And now they're into overtime.
The knife saw 2, I believe, as well. But that has not dissuaded Cloud one bit.
2 rounds in a row required from each team to get the victory now.
Look at the way those 3 players are playing. Double high angles there. Then also on the ground with Vitinho. Rhyme ended up backing off just to guard in mid. Because they actually don't have the Sentinel utility. That's all been busted.
Look at the push from Giants. They may opt to move from Kitchen, but no, they double back from it. Not the decision they're making now. Slow and steady wins the race here for Navi, just as the first half they've illustrated.
They loved doing this wrap, right? You'll see Angel go forward in front of Yellow. They'll throw up the Viper Wall to get him to wrap around. The second the Viper Wall goes up, Hoodie has to look
Angel's
left.
walk past. Angel's walk past. He's on site. He could potentially crunch onto Yellow, but he's left it behind. Look at Hoodie. Spots out Angel. Now he's dead, and Giants on the front foot.
Phenomenal awareness there from Hoodie, knowing the play and the timing when that could be coming through. They didn't even throw the Viper Wall, but now Navi have to commit with only 3 players into A.
The meat and potato of this course, though, is going to be this A side. Oh,
What?
Giants! They rotate over! They rotate over!
That's an all right gamble. Oh, Suigetsu finds the kill on Tanuki. Now, Giants, they put down the wall at 30 seconds. Now they have to retake 4v4.
That's a free gift for Navi. They get themselves onto the site, spike down, trade in equally, and that's good for them, but it's still 3-on-3. Seen it on the back flank. Giants have come in quickly, but Hoodie not quite yet into the fight. Giants not going to be patient for it, though. Cloud taking action to his own hands. Hoodie finally arriving. Reinforcements are here, but still, Navi dropping. Vitinho in the fight, so he gets you alone. Can he do it? One found. Vitinho underneath them. Make sure.
Xiao, perhaps, trying to cheese a res late into the round. And that drone does nothing. That actually causes some problems. Now, no one's playing Maze this time around, but we've seen how many times CNED's been poached exactly right there and punished Giants on the attack without the drone.
Yeah, the only thing the old drone really did there is force Zipan out of that position, because now they would know where he is. But now switches up, now onto the back side of things. Xiao does drop a wall early, but there's an nanoswarm to his feet, and I don't think he quite knows it yet, or at least hasn't taken attention to it. If it does get
Yeah, he's going to take some
Used at
damage.
that moment.
On the other side, he was fully blinded when it dropped, so
He's
I had
got a
no
corner to hide
idea.
in. He's fine.
Giants still taking their time, but they don't actually have that late B player, so there's no real rotation out of the site for them, and yet Navi are still mindful of that. CNED has not abandoned the site, and even Angel has walked back towards Kitchen.
Giants 40 seconds on the clock. Navi really good read on this. 3 players, but not with all of them just yet. They don't have the full picture.
30 seconds left.
I think they could have just waited for the wall to go down. Doesn't matter though, they've wrapped around with that wall off on screen.
They haven't dealt with Chow, and that's exactly what Fatinho is going to go for straight away. Doubles up. There's a Suigetsu at the back of the site. Very low, not dealt with yet. But look how quickly Na'Vi have responded. All on site already. Just as the spike goes down, Na'Vi are looking to go in for the fight. Into it. CNED first to chime through with a kill for Na'Vi. And that's what you need. Have the most crowned duelist probably in the world. Out of Europe for sure, do the heavy lifting in the last round, trying to put your team on top still. It is Hoodie alone, and Suigetsu is able to take him down. Na'Vi in there. But still, the way they've been approaching it, the macro game, tactically fight it out, and this is a very aggressive peek here from Nuki.
This is unique. We have not seen Giants do much of this. Now, last round, Giants played on defense. We saw a later push up mid from Nuki, if I remember correctly. But this time, he has just been able to post himself right up there.
Yeah, something we haven't really seen on the postman, right? Have too much of a pincer on the back.
But I actually think this has been the read, because Sugetsu's also playing in spawn. He was able to catch Nuki in mid when he was rotating off of B, and he's expecting to see a similar play from him now.
He's just vibing, holding out. He can use his utility, help out his team with his toxins, but he can hold this ground and make sure that the rotation is clear.
I think that drone actually didn't quite tag Zipan. Xiao is the only one seen by that, so that's not going to cause any rotations. Move over towards A! Angel!
Falls into the trap. Head ripped off. Giants with the advantage.
The aggression pays off. Actually, a very forward tripwire, too. Now Na'Vi have to convert into A. There's no going back.
They still don't have a read on this, right? Giants still have no clue what's going on, so the rotation will come in late. But that is crucial for Rhyme and each defender of the site to hold down the fort while they can. And that's exactly what they do on the front foot. Cloud delivering. Na'Vi finding a blockade here, unable to break through. Seen it. He's going to try and push for this. Bulldogs his way through, but Rhyme, no. He's just going to be the thorn that prohibits him from taking another step.
Standing ahead.
Will Darton actually take the peak up towards Belt, it looks like, as well. Sugetsu has been such a phenomenal anchor for Na'Vi over near B. This time not actually playing back yellow.
Defense and retake power of Na'Vi has been exquisite so far. No wonder Giants are just scratching their heads on this one. And they're scared, right? They're not taking any chances.
That was so clever, pulling back the tripwire. I think he assumed that someone heard that, so when the orb goes up, that's the cover you need to be able to break the trip. He pulls it back, and it actually dodges away from the shock dart. Very good mind games out of Angel.
It's just the micro plays at the end of the day, isn't it, sometimes? Could make the difference. Ooh, okay. This time the cam did spot out movement towards the left-hand side.
Yeah, also the drone was shut off from Cloud. He is going to be noted over towards A and abandon that endeavor entirely.
Note that the time is starting to tick down, already at 33 seconds. There's not much time for Giants to work with.
30 seconds left.
Na'Vi like to play so deep on site. It all comes down to the spam from Angel
And they
to
like
stop
to
the
stall
plant.
it. They really like to stall it out. Snakebite after Fragment. Out of anything else, they can stop this.
Still
Slow
two
Coutinho
Snakebites.
pushing forward. Zipan on the back foot here, but still delivering. Xiao as well. Na'Vi winning out on this fight. Giants need a miracle. Spike out into the open. They need to collect it. They need to win the fight, but they don't have much time. They don't have anything. They don't have players. They don't have util. They don't have space. Na'Vi suffocating them and keeping this game.
Giants have not found much luck over there. And you can even see some of the change-ups in strategy. After playing so deep towards spawn last round, Sugetsu walks up more aggressively in mid. If he drops, there is still a Cypher trip to make sure there's no late flank or late push to hold a more forward angle in mid and cut off rotations. Although unlike a Killjoy turret, you can still get right up close behind it and hold to cut off any solo players from rotating back towards the rest of their team.
The players are actually so focused right now, their eyes are piercing their screens.
It all comes down to Fatinho. How many times have we seen this? Na'Vi don't have the most amazing util to try and clear him out back here. You have to commit the C4, and CNED with the operator doesn't want to dash in to clear that either. It's really tough to commit into this guy.
It's so tough. Fatinho He's won so many duels so far, very good on his scoreboard, but can he deliver now that he's suppressed? No way to fall back, has to hold through until he's able to use that dash again and drop back. Zipan flashing forward, great flash from him, continue, looks away and still gets the kill. How does that even happen? Back to safety, Giants on top, so he gets you through the smoke, question mark.
Hold on, they're abandoning. Look at the position Angel's taken all the way up through A. It caused the rotations. Now again, they're concerned, and from underneath Tube, there's still an angle. Nuki has the angle to try and take the fight.
Shout was able to cross forwards. How many other players can manage to walk in? Nuki able to take down one, but the site is theirs. Oh, look at this. Angel's missed out on Cena. It's going to give him a really bad idea of how free the site is. Angel taking one. Cloud taking him down as well. Cloud and, well, Xiao and Cena are so low, and they need to keep themselves alive to make this stick happen. Nuki delivering still, meaning that Xiao is all alone. He's got res, but no space to use it. Now walks in. Rhyme caught with his pants down.
He has the res.
Res gonna be used, and Angel back to life.
Nuki, what can he do now? He still has to get onto the spike, chase down these two players.
He's going around trying to make sure that they don't know where he's coming from. Nuki! 4 kills to his name, and the clutch, putting Giants right back on top.
Nuki!
So much, his clutch potential, visible over and over again. Probably the most influential clutch he's had so far this year, and maybe more to come.
And it's a gamble A stack from Navi, just a Cypher cam on B. It's a free plant completely.
They know of it. They know of it, at least that. Navi, they're happy for this retake. They've been able to be successful in the B site retake so many times. Snakebite not deterring. Whoa, it's actually touching Ryan here. He's sticking it, and he's lost so much health, and the spike hasn't even gone down.
And I think the right chunk of his wall actually blocks it off. You can't plant in front of that portion of wall.
They've got 1 minute on the clock and a decision to make. All the defenders are here for Navi.
Giants have really run into issues trying to plant on this B site, the Sage wall. Oftentimes not giving, you just need that extra chunk in case you get forced off like that. Just slightly more forward, slightly less angled.
Giants split up their attempt. 3 towards mid, two left behind. Spike as well, leaning towards B. Of course, mid push. Oh, they're going through mid, underneath. Oh, they spotted out Angel's gun, but Su gets covering it. Do they peek it? It's going to be traded correctly for Giants. They're now on top, and they've got space for the spike.
And the positioning of Nuki, right? He can get up into kitchen if he wants. It's so hard to re-clear here with full B-site control on Giants.
Xiao on the fight. Wall to cross through, but Fatinho will definitely know of his position. There's a pass from bottom, there's a pass from on top, and still, it is going to be traded for Xiao. Rhyme. Battle of the Sages. Xiao wins that one out. Hoodie alone, but still capable. Very capable. And now a 1-on-2 as Xiao brings Zipan back to life. Can they touch the spike? That's the question. They know exactly where Hoodie is. The pressure is mounting. Touched once. Hoodie doesn't buy it. Touched 5 times already, but now eventually the fuse halfway. Peek out. Hoodie, what a shot! Stop the fusing. Still, Snakebite in his hand. Could be possible. And it's stuck with Navi win the
for your team.
Look, being a fan for either of these teams can't be easy, right? Right now you're feeling a bit frustrated. Imagine how frustrated the players are. Things aren't connecting as they would have liked. Opportunities, 3 opportunities for Giants to close out this game. 3 of them. Still unable to do so. Has to mess with your mental.
It does. Navi, though, they just need to get an attack round win. Problem is, look at the positioning over near Maze. 2 players to clear on through and no info to get the job done. Zipan has some flashes, and actually the camera, I always forget the camera. Just gonna pop that one out there. Still, Fatinho has been able to creep up forward. The camera didn't see him.
Fatinho again, the man in charge, the gatekeeper perhaps. Angel right in front of him, dashes out into safety. Hoodie is there as well. Giants win trades. How many rounds have finished like this? It's not all over, not yet. Navi still in the fight, but 3 remaining. But 40 seconds to make a decision. Stick to it or rotate over.
A little bit too slow there, not instantly punishing off the info of the camera. Fatinho is able to re-step back up there, get out, no problem.
Let's stick to
30
it.
seconds left.
Hold your horses. Navi giving it another go. 3 defenders,
Contact?
man. Yeah. Well, with 2 players holding the same angle, nobody looking in the direction that Navi potentially could have pushed, but no, wall drops. They know where Xiao is. Spike goes down. They're going to give him a chance to go for it. Hoodie on top, but still delivering. Suigetsu dropping quickly. Hoodie is accurate. 4 kills to his name. And he makes it.
Oh, CNED's got an angle here. And Hoodie's actually playing on the ground. A lot of times you'll see teams just all drop off a belt to avoid that angle. But Hoodie's gonna walk into it if he doesn't throw the wall up. The shot misses on CNED. That is brutal. That should have been a kill on Hoodie. Actually, no, it tagged him. He's down to 30 HP. Got a leg, I think, on a jump peek.
Giants really want to close this one out. They can't really let it go so long. It's tiring them out. It's the first map, man. 32 rounds in.
But the drone's already been used for Cloud. Used that very early to try and scout out an operator angle.
So Getsu's just chilling. He's got a clear view of the B site. He's telling his teammates, calm down, boys. Not here, not yet.
This may end up being the B finish for Giants, or actually just a B fake, perhaps. Because the spike is still A, and down to 40 seconds. Actually, almost mind gaming themselves a bit.
Yeah, they can't sell it anymore. Na'Vi, no, they've got a clear picture.
Yeah, also with their Viper already being used A, going B is the death sentence.
CNED holding out for the operator. Exactly what you need. Could have been a collateral, but no, just one before he drops. Vitinho into the fight. Has to push even further, though. There's not much time.
Where's the wall?
22 seconds. Wall eventually dropping, but the spike can't go down as they're spraying upon it. Slow orbs still running out of time.
That was a defensive wall to block them off from the spike. The time is ticking down. Rhyme didn't pull the trigger, and now it's all falling apart.
Zipan with the first shot of that second fight. Zipan still alive. How is he still alive? 5 seconds. Nuki delivering, and now Zipan alone. Can he make it a quadra? 3 to his name, but Nuki finds it. And Giants will be closing out Icebox 1-0.